Raider Nation, what's up? Let's talk about what just went down at Raiders minicamp. I know, it was only 3 days, but let's be honest, those 3 days were enough to start painting a picture. You could feel the momentum shift, the energy in the air, the intensity on the field. We're not talking about full-blown pads and preseason wars just yet, but the minicamp already started separating the guys who came ready to ball from those who might need to catch up. So let's dig in. Who showed out? Who stood out? And who might be losing ground? Normally we start with offense, but this time let's shake it up and give the defense a shine. You got to respect what the defense brought this week. Starting with Cody Lindenberg, the rookie linebacker picked in the 7th round, who's been quietly climbing that depth chart. He's already getting serious reps behind Alandon Roberts. And while Jermaine Pratt isn't fully settled in just yet, you can tell coaches are taking a close look at Cody. He seems to be ahead of Tommy Eichenberg right now. And even if we're not sure where he stands next to Amari Burney or Amari Gaynor, that's still a win in his corner. Anytime a late-round rookie starts pushing into the second team, that's big. Then there's Darian Porter, the 3rd-round rookie, who's been getting solid work with the ones. When you see that kind of immediate involvement from a rookie corner, it tells you the staff sees real potential. Porter's been soaking it all in, like a sponge according to players. And it shows. He's athletic, physical, fast, and hungry. That's the kind of energy you want to see from someone the team is hoping will be a future starter on the outside. Leki Fotu's another name that came up a lot this week. With Christian Wilkins out, Fotu has stepped into that top-nose tackle spot and looked right at home. The man is massive, eats up space, and commands attention in the middle. Originally signed to be a rotational depth piece, he's taking advantage of his reps while guys like Adam Butler are absent for personal reasons. And it's paying off. Coaches are noticing, the trenches matter, and Fotu's taking steps forward. When it counts, Eric Stokes deserves some shine too. The former 1st-round pick signed on a prove-it deal, and it looks like he's determined to prove it. Alongside Porter, Stokes has been getting the bulk of reps on the outside. The coaching staff loves his versatility and experience and the way he's been moving out there. Confident, fast, focused. He knows this is a critical year for him, and he's acting like it. But the biggest winner of the defensive group? That's gotta be Jeremy Chinn. This guy was flying around, making plays, and showing exactly why the Raiders brought him in. We knew he had versatility, able to drop back as a safety or play in the box, but what he's doing now? It's like he's becoming the heartbeat of this defense. Raiders fans who are upset about losing Robert Spillane might be feeling a whole lot better after watching what Chinn's bringing to the table. He's physical, he's instinctual, and he's leading by example. Every single day, he showed up and dominated. Even though we're focusing on the standouts, we've got to throw in some honorable mentions. Max Crosby is just doing Max Crosby things. Relentless motor, tone setter, absolute dog. He's the kind of player who brings it every single day, and sometimes we take that for granted. But he's out there, leading this team with passion and fire. Tyree Wilson's name came up a lot too. Talking to people around the team, it sounds like Wilson's finally feeling healthy and starting to hit his stride. That's huge, especially considering the expectations that came with him as a 1st-rounder. Lonnie Johnson Jr. is quietly carving out a role as the 3rd safety behind Chinn and Trevon Moehrig. Thomas Harper's getting solid work at nickel, and it looks like he's positioned himself ahead of guys like Trey Taylor. Adam Butler stepped into more of a leadership role on the defensive line, especially with Wilkins missing. You can tell Butler wants it. He's organizing, motivating, doing the little things. He might not wear the captain's C yet, but he's acting like one. And as we roll into the offensive side of the ball, the vibe at camp has been electric. You can practically feel the energy buzzing when the offense hits the field. And trust me, it's not just noise. Guys are stepping up, making plays, showing that hunger. Let's walk through who's making noise and who's still finding their groove. Starting with Colton Miller, this man's been a quiet force. You know how you expect your left tackle to be that rock-solid protector? Well, Miller's more than meeting that expectation. He's quietly commanding that line like a leader. It's not flashy, but the consistency is real. When he's there, you know the pass game has structure, the run game has a lane, the line has calm. He's the kind of player who deserves credit even when the TV cameras aren't on him. And that brings a sense of confidence to the whole locker room. Then there's Michael Mayer. The tight end derivatives game is evolving, and Maya's in the middle of it. Day 1 and day 2 of camp, you could see coaches scheming with him in mind, figuring out how to deploy him across formations. You don't just use a tight end like this by accident. Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, every coach involved, they are clearly intrigued. Maya's skill set gives them flexibility. He can block inline, flex out, slip into the seam. It's early, but the signals are there. Meyer is going to be a major cog in this offense's creative machine. Walking into that same group is Ashton Gentry. If you were expecting a committee backfield, you're partly right, but Gentry is earning that feature. Spot back. Nothing screams every down back like the volume of reps he's been getting. He's not just taking handoffs. He's running routes, blocking, catching passes. We even heard whispers of special teams usage, possible kickoff returner. That versatility is gold. But more than anything, it's the coach's words about him, humble, coachable, next-level talent, that tell me he's entering this camp with everything locked in. Then we talk wide receivers. Because, man, the receivers have been turning heads. Dante Thornton Jr. has been a pleasant surprise. Going into camp, many had him pegged somewhere deep in the rotation. Now, the way he's stretching the field, working outside, forcing defenses to respect the vertical, that's huge. Couple that with Jacoby Myers operating in the slot as your reliable chain mover, and suddenly Thornton isn't just competing for spot 3 or 4. He solidified his presence as a top 3 target. And Trey Tucker? Wow! After last year's breakout flashes, he's back looking strong. He's got speed, he's got toughness, and he's got a certain swagger that tells you Tucker isn't going away quietly. You expected him to compete. What he's doing, though, is dominating. He's a true threat on the outside, breaking past defenders, winning contested balls. In a new regime, it's easy to wonder where you fit in. Tucker answered, he belongs. Behind those stars, players like Geno Smith, Jackson Powers Johnson at center, Sincere McCormick thundering in the backfield, and DJ Glaze holding down right tackle quietly but effectively. They're all contributing to the daily grind. In football, sometimes not hearing your name is praise itself. And that's the case for these guys. They're simply getting it done, day in and day out, earning that trust from coaches without the highlight reel. Of course, where you have winners, there are challenges. Dylan Parham has been searching for consistency. He's solid, but had a quiet final practice that sparks questions, especially with Meredith getting center work. It's a tight race, and in a league where line jobs are won, not given, any dip can shift the balance. Jack Beck 2 years ago felt like he could solidify a spot. Now? He's fallen down the depth chart because of the burst of Thornton and Tucker. He's still in the mix, but the margin is razor thin. Kyle Phillips and Air White, those receivers just haven't gotten that momentum. They've carried themselves well, but reps come at a premium, and they're just not getting enough. And Raheem Mostert, you know I respect his game, but this feels like Ashton Gentry's year. We'll see if a split-back committee is really in play, but right now Mostert's not seeing enough to keep pace. Looking at the bigger picture, that offensive front, Colt Miller, Dylan Parham or Meredith, Powers Johnson at center, Alex Leatherwood stepping in, DJ Glaze seems to be finding a vibe. Coaches are leaning into it. That core group, if it holds, gives a peek at where the line's headed when the pads go and come training camp. Now shifting the gaze back to defense for a moment, some names deserve that honorable denounced label. Tommy Eichenberg and Jalen Smith are in battles. They flashed, but the arrival of Jermaine Pratt stacks the depth chart in interesting ways. Then Christian Wilkins, still missing practices. His absence is noted, even understanding personal time. Bachman and Dylan Parham have had misses too. And Chris Smith, frankly, I'm not sure we've seen him shape what role he'll claim. Raiders drafted him in the 5th, but that tells you the climb is on. Damarian Richardson slipped in the cornerback fight, especially as news of workouts. With Shaquille Griffin circulated, suddenly the ceiling gets tighter. And in the trenches, Cam Richardson might be rethinking his path as Griffin draws attention. That 4th-round pick, now he's in a true contest. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are stirring in the NFL world after Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll reportedly expressed surprise at the surprisingly low technical level of Raiders wide receiver Shedrick Jackson. According to insiders close to the Seahawks camp, Carroll's candid remarks have ignited a wave of speculation about Jackson's future and potential impact in the league. Carroll, known for his sharp eye for talent and long-standing success coaching elite players, allegedly admitted to being caught off guard by what he described as a lack of polish and refinement in Jackson's game. This unexpected comment came during a recent conversation where the veteran coach was analyzing opposing teams and standout players, and it has since become a hot topic among NFL insiders and fans alike. Shedrick Jackson, who has shown flashes of athleticism and raw ability on the Raiders roster, is suddenly under a new microscope. While many have praised his physical tools, Carroll's assessment hints that there may be underlying concerns about Jackson's technical development. Things like route running precision, catching consistency, or football IQ that could hold him back from becoming a true standout. The buzz raises questions. Could this be a sign that the Raiders might rethink their investment in Jackson? Or might Carroll's comments be a subtle warning to other teams considering Jackson's potential? There's also talk among analysts that Carroll's surprise might stem from first-hand scouting or upcoming matchups, suggesting the Seahawks could be preparing to exploit Jackson's perceived weaknesses. Meanwhile, Raiders fans and coaching staff have yet to respond publicly. But such remarks from a respected figure like Pete Carroll are bound to ripple through team meetings and strategy sessions. Is this a quiet signal that Jackson's status with the Raiders is precarious? Could this push the Raiders to either accelerate his development or consider moving on from the young wideout? The NFL thrives on drama, and with Carroll's unexpected critique, Shedrick Jackson's trajectory has become one of the most talked about undercurrents in the league. For now, all eyes will be on Jackson to see if he can silence the doubters and prove that Carroll's surprise was simply a misreading of his potential. As the season unfolds, this murmuring debate about Jackson's technical abilities may turn into a defining narrative, either a redemption story or a cautionary tale about talent that never quite reaches its peak. Either way, the Seahawks coach's words have set the stage for an intriguing subplot in the Raiders campaign ahead. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.